Hey, as you can see, I'm back with a new video. Yeah, I never thought really I would come back on YouTube. I mean, I always have those thoughts. I have always extreme thoughts for some reason. I always think like I make videos and then I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna concentrate on my art. I'm never gonna do a YouTube video again. Never in my life. I'm just become an artist. I'm gonna make myself free from social media. And then here I am, back on YouTube, and I kind of want to do YouTube videos again, you know? Maybe I had a break. Had to need a break to heal a little bit. I don't know. Yeah, because, I still think, who am I? What do I want to do with my life? How can I live my life meaningful? I think those questions were in my head in the last days a lot, you know, and this is why I stopped doing YouTube videos, because I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna do YouTube videos, you know, because like it's not meaningful, you know, like I could spend my time with art and I don't want people to see me as a YouTuber. The other reason was actually that sometimes I'm someone who goes in and is like, I'm going in for all or nothing, you know? And I was sitting there being like, yeah, like there are not a lot of people watching my videos and I'm just a nobody talking to the void. Like, it's not even true. There are people watching my videos and I even get one comment from one person a lot on every video, which is fucking cool, and we have really cool conversations, you know, but still, I don't know, I was like, yeah, like, I'm just a nobody here, and I want to be, for some reason, I'm obsessed with the idea of being, like, a legend. You can call me fucking cringe, especially when you look at my channel and it's just 647 subscribers. Then you think like, what are you even? You are just a nobody, you know? This is not true. There's so much going on in my head that has nothing to do with YouTube, but my manga. And yeah, I was like, I'm just gonna focus on my art. I'm not gonna do YouTube videos anymore, because manga is the place that gets me famous, and I want people to see me for the great things I do and not for the little things I do, you know? And I had this a lot in my head, but then my mind changed again, and today I was thinking, I was like, I just want to connect with people. Like, it's not really about having a big channel. I just want to connect with people, and I don't know. I had this conversation already with a viewer, so he said something down the line that I thought on the same level. So for the people who don't know, I'm a webtoon artist, a manga comic artist, how you want to call it, and yeah, I was like, well, it would be kind of cool. And this person said that too, if I could talk about my comic, about behind the scenes and stuff online, and I could have conversations with my readers, you know? Like, that would have been really cool, especially in the future when the fandom should grow bigger. And I just believe that the fandom will grow bigger, not because I just believe in something. It's because I know storytelling well. And, you know, when you are good in storytelling, like when you master the craft, like you can always get better. This is the cool thing. But you get on a certain level where you know, like, yeah, I know actually what I'm doing. And I know how to captivate readers. Then it's not about you just having luck by creating a good story. It's about you actually knowing how to captivate a reader. And still, sometimes it takes time until a lot of people reading it, but if you are a good storyteller, you know how to get readers. You just know it, you know? So it's not luck. It's not like, oh, this story will never be seen by a lot of people. I think it just takes time, you know? Even though sometimes So for the people who don't know, I upload a webtoon. Oh gosh, I don't know if I just repeated what I just said. I upload a webtoon on Webtoon. It's called Stonebreaker, and like the first chapters are drawn with pencil and pen and paper. And sometimes I look at it and I'm like, I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, it looks not that professional. But in the same way, I just think maybe it is cool because people just see the vision. People see that there's someone not giving up and doing what he or she can do at the moment. And maybe this is already cool for people to just see like, yeah, this person doesn't has the option now to work with the PC. So the only thing that this person can do is work with pencil and paper, and this is the best the person can do right now, but it's still like there is a certain thrive behind it, and maybe that's already enough. You see someone not giving up. You see someone giving its best to fulfill his dream or her dream. In my case, I'm a female. And maybe that's already enough, Yeah, because I just worked on my manga and I'm fucking crazy, I over the last 2 days, I started a new chapter and I'm already in with 17 chapters. So if I'm fucking crazy, I don't know. But maybe I can publish it already next week. Like, that would have been fucking cool because I'm so fast right now with my chapter. And it looks good. It's not like the art suffers, It's not like I'm not paying attention to art. No, it's just that I'm so skilled that I can draw it down so fast. And that's really cool, because I on one day I did 13 chapters on one day, on one fucking day, which is crazy. And I was just so productive, and I was so I finally reached a place with my manga where I feel like my story is good, my manga is good, and people will see that. And wait a second. Sorry. I'm back. Okay. So I don't know where I was. So I work on my manga, and it finally is at the moment where I look at it and I can feel something when I draw. I had times where I was working on a chapter and I was just working for half an hour, and then I stopped because I didn't felt anything, I just felt like, I know I have to do this project and I want to tell the story, but then I stopped caring about my art actually, But now I actually have a spirit while I draw on my art, and I care about this project a lot. And I actually believe that something I realized, when you are a certain kind of so art is a lot about getting better in a craft. The more you draw, the better you become. And there's truth to that. It's a skill. The more you do it, the more practice you do, the better you get. And that's always something that can help you getting motivated when drawing, because even if your art sucks at the beginning, you can just tell yourself, 20 chapters away from here, my art will look better. You can trust the process, and that's really cool. This is one thing, but I think something that is not something that you can just get through practice is who you yourself are as an artist. And I never really thought about something like this before, but I strongly believe that depending on who is creating the art makes a difference how an art piece feels, and how you draw, how you perceive things, how you imagine things, and how people perceive your art. And this is just something I think everybody could technically reach, but not everybody does. So what I mean with that, there is a lot of unoriginal stuff out there. When you look at anime and manga, there is a lot of isekai. When you look at webtoons, there's a bunch of stuff where you look at it and you can look at it and you're like, yeah, it's pretty art, but it's not original. There is no soul behind it, you know? And I truly believe that when you are someone, so it's not, when you are creating art, it's not just about your art, it's who you are as an artist. When you know what you're doing in your life, or when you have a certain vision, when you're yourself, when you're not like everybody else, so when you are living a life outside of your art, it will show in your art. It will make a totally another art piece. So I truly think that when you, for example, one thing everybody should do is going to the gym, or like, for example, I can't go to the gym at the moment because I don't have enough money, so I work out at home. But that's like, you can do a pretty good workout at home. There is no excuse, you know. You can also do it with your body weight. So working out or going to the gym, having cardio and eating healthy, like, and having enough sleep. Like, this is a base everybody should have in their lives to stand better in life, you know. It will make a bigger difference than you think, and it's truly something I realize. I also take a walk every day for 40 minutes to just get out every day. It's really important for me. And yeah, I just feel like a totally another human being. And this working out, being healthy, is the base for everything else in life. You know, you will become more productive. Tasks that feel hard will become easy because you just do them. You don't overthink so much anymore. You don't care so much anymore. And if it doesn't happen at the beginning of working out, you have to keep going. Like, your mind has to get out of, when you were in a depression phase, in, at least in my experience, it will take a little bit of time, but you will get there with baby steps. And you will stop caring so much, or be worried about so many things in your life, and you will just be a happier person, or like a more stable person. And this is like the most important thing, and you will see that in my art. I will even talk about that in my art. And I'm pretty sure a lot of artists don't do that because, I don't know, when I look at all their art, I think most artists don't really take care of their health. Because art is such a hobby where you can just sit down and you could draw the whole day. And especially when you care a lot about your art, it happens that you would just draw instead of doing sport. So I'm pretty sure a lot of artists don't work out, you know. I think you can just see that in a lot of how art is created, you know. And it's when you are healthy in your life and you're fit, you will create much better art because you have a much clearer mind. And you also you get better in art faster because your brain is working better, you know. Yeah, that's just how it is. It's not like, oh, I just sit down for 10 hours, just draw the whole day. No. Like, you will get faster, better in art if you are being sporty, you know? And, yeah. I noticed this myself, you know? Yeah. But this is not the only thing, you know? So this is the base for being a person that has their shit together in life. And when you have your shit together in life, it will show you in your art. Who you are as a person shows in your art. And I'm actually convinced, even if you are a beginner artist, but you have your life together and you actually have something to say, something that feels like nobody else can say it but just you, because you are having a healthy life, because you're going to the gym, you're eating healthy, you sleep enough. This is the base. Like, if you don't know how to start, do that at first, because this is the base for everything. You are standing much clearer in life when you are having this together. And when you then start, like, telling your art, even if you are not the best artist in the world, and I am one, I would say I'm not the most skilled artist in the world. I drew my whole life. I have skills, but I feel like my art still sucks. But it doesn't fucking matter that much, because when you are someone that has a certain vision and has a soul that isn't like nobody else's, because you are healthy, because you are fit, because you take care of yourself. Also other stuff like showering regularly and cleaning your apartment, working, like all that stuff. But health is the most important thing. Like, I think if you have your health together, everything will work out. In every other place. It takes time, but you can go. And it's not that hard to have discipline. It's not that hard, because you get used to it, and you want to do it because you feel like there's a reason for it. At the beginning, you may be disconnected to working out, and you will be like, yeah, I don't want to work out. Like, I don't want to do that. I want to do other things. But you will get at the moment where you realize that, yeah, this is like the most important thing, and the other stuff doesn't matter so much to me anymore. Like, working out matters more to you than everything else, And this is where you are. When you realize, like, health is the most important thing, because it is. It is. Like, nothing else matters more than health. You can't do anything properly if you're not healthy, when you could be, So, yeah, so I have my life together. I'm healthy, I'm working out, I'm eating healthy. Like, it's not just working out, it's also the food you consume. Like, I try to not consume any sugar anymore, except for, like, I'm kind of trying to do that. It's hard for me still, but I try to stop eating any sugar and stop having cravings, because I had that once in my life where I was working out really good and I didn't eat any sugar till the moment that I didn't want to eat any sugar anymore, because I didn't have any cravings for sugar, and every time I ate something sweet, it just was really hard to eat, because it was so sweet that it was not that great, but I'm not at that level at the moment, but I want to get at a level where I don't crave sugar anymore, and I will maybe just eat it at birthdays, like, to be polite. When someone baked a cake, then, yeah, sure, I will eat a piece, because this person put their whole hard work into it. So it's not an issue if you eat it at a birthday party, but it's not like we celebrate birthdays every day. So I can, like, eat a cake in certain exceptional situations, but I don't want to eat sugar in general. I just don't want to eat sugar to have an even clearer mind, Because the thing is with sugar, you just have to realize that there's so much other stuff that can make you so much more fulfilled than having a short piece of cake. You feel happy for like 5 minutes, and then you ate the cake, and that's it, That's not that great. And I can tell you, when you don't eat sugar, and there's a long time you didn't eat sugar, and even like getting even better, I want to eat, like, I'm not even someone who eats a lot of junk food, but I don't even want to have cheat days anymore. I think I want to eat that only when I'm going out with friends, or like, I want to eat as healthy as possible, cutting out any like junk food out of my diet, As I said, I don't eat a lot of junk food in the first place, but like, even having, like, not even like being like, oh, today after 2 weeks I eat like going out. No, like, not like that. It could be like I eat junk food every 3 months, like, that would be really cool. Yeah. So because that makes you also a different person. Because I had those things in my life already, so I know, how it is. I never ate a lot of junk food in the first place. So when you eat healthy, over time you will feel different, you will think different, you will be much clearer in your mind. It makes such a big difference. And yeah, you are totally not a human being, basically, then, And yeah. So I want to. I'm trying to get back to the art stuff. So when you have that together in your life, you already are a different kind of person. And when you then are drawing, you will still have time to have art, to create art, and then you create art. You will create a certain kind of art with a certain kind of vision, with a certain kind of soul that gets through, even if you are not able to draw really good. And this is truly what I think, that it's not just a skill. Of course it is a skill, and I don't want to play hard work down. Like, if you work hard, it's good, but it's not like you can just sit down there for 20 hours and draw and not getting care of your back. You have to move. Even if you put a lot of hard work in your art, you will destroy yourself, your body. So, because this is the thing, art can be really like dangerous for the body. Drawing too much is not healthy. So I wouldn't suggest any artist to just start drawing, and skipping health. You should not do that. But if you have your health together and then you spend a lot of time on your art, or I don't know how much time you want to spend, Sorry, my neighbors. Wait a second. I'm trying to close the door of my balcony. Okay. But if you spend a lot of time on your art, on your fitness, and then you draw, you will you actually realize what matters in life, what you want to tell, and there becomes a certain kind of soul. And I truly think even someone who doesn't spend a lot of time on art, but they have their life together and has a certain thing to tell, and this is what I have. My art is not like everybody else's art. Like, I want to tell something specific. My style was always unique. My whole life, people told me I have is really specific. There's a certain style behind it, and there is a reason for it, because one of my family members studied animation, and this person, when I was like 6 years old, gave me a cartoon book where I could basically learn how American cartoonists would draw. So I had professional stuff already when I was 6 years old. Not like traditional art, but like cartoon stuff. So I kind of could figure out how to draw well. But it's not even only that. I think I already had a personal style right from the beginning. I don't know. I had to sell something, And this is truly what I believe. Even if you're not the most skilled artist, if you are having your life together, I said this sentence for like 3 times in a row already, and you want to tell something specific, it will come through your art. I think people can feel your vision through your art. People can feel who you are if you have something really genuine to tell. And even if you're not the best artist, it will touch people's hearts. Even more than someone who does crazy good art, but they don't have anything to tell. Like, they just work on the craft, but there's nothing original about it. Because like, there sometimes artists who do beautiful art, but if you read the story, it's just not interesting, So and think about it. It's not that hard. If you think about it, it's not that hard, because you can't just become somebody interesting, but I think it has a lot to do with fitness, And I was always like a healthy person. I had some times in my life where I was a little bit, like, not hardcore, but a little bit overweight. But this was situations where I didn't even really had control over it. It was because of certain, like, my mental illness, schizophrenia, but also a lot of times in my life I was really like a healthy person. Or kind of all right. I could have been more, but I was not coming from a household where you would eat a lot of unhealthy stuff. I had times where I was really skinny in my life. I had times where I was a little bit overweight, but I was never had hardcore problems. And I just think that if you are having a story to tell and you are taking care of your health, it shines instantly through your art, and people will attach to your art on a whole another level. Like, it will get people's attention, and you will draw more consciously. You will create more interesting images in general. Drawing will feel so easy. You will also evolve in art much faster because you are having a working brain. And what you want to tell in your story will also change because you will become a totally another person. And if you are someone who is a really interesting person because you're taking care of your health, because you're having your life together, then you will tell not an entire story. And I just think that it will touch people's hearts. I think there's no denying. And I think even if you are not being the best artist, if you really have something to tell, it will come through your art. Even if you're not skilled, I think true feelings come through somebody's art. I mean, look at artists like Mob 100. Like, his art is like, you can see he's not skilled, but he has something specific to tell, and it just shows through. You can just see it. There is something so genuine about his art that it touched people's hearts. Or like the artist of with Japanese artists, this is like the thing. I wish every artist helped, but in Japan it's a really shitty situation because it's an overworking culture. Like, I don't think Japanese artists really can work out because they don't have time. But at least the food that Japanese people consume is healthy. But yeah, the artist of Attack on Titan, like, he also had something really specific to tell, and his art was not the best, but you instantly, when you look at his art, you feel like this is not like everybody else. This person has a vision, and I think technically everybody can get there, but most people aren't there. But having, like, in my situation, like, being healthy and stuff gets me there, because then I see stuff much clearer, and I think about life in a totally another way. I perceive issues in a way that it doesn't trigger me so much anymore. Like, I can deal with difficult stuff that happens in a certain zeitgeist on a much more controlled level. And I'm much more aware of what I'm doing. So yeah, I just think not a lot of people reading my art right now, but I think it's just a process. And I truly think when I look at my art, sometimes I look at it and I'm like, I can see I'm not really skilled. Like, I see that my outlines are kind of not the best. But what you can also see, that there is a person that really wants to tell you something. And this shines through. And this is the cool stuff. This is not something that you have to wait for. This is not something that you have to work hard for. This is something that is right there from the beginning. And you can trust this, that it's not just you trying so hard to create good art. It's also about who you are. And that already makes me really confident that people will read my manga in the future, that a lot of people will read it in the future, because they just see who I am. Even if it's like bad art, I think they still will see, like, through the lines, like, yeah, there is someone, like, the way I created, even if I'm struggling with a lot of stuff. And you clearly can see it's not like the best artist. you still can feel like, yeah, but this person really wants to tell me something. And I just think this will click with a lot of people, you know? I think it's really simple. If you are healthy and you have your life together, you can touch people's hearts. I just think that, you know? Yeah. So the reason why I'm doing a YouTube video now is well, I had times where I was like, I want to be a good artist. I want to be a legend. And over the last days I was thinking about it and was like, I still care about this, but I am already a good artist, you know? And it got me to levels where I was like pretty simple, and as I already said, I want to connect with people. And I was like, I kind of want to do that now. Like, I think this is not just about art. Being healthy, being fit in your life also makes you a certain kind of person when you do videos. And even that not a lot of people are watching my videos at the moment, I truly think that could. I think in YouTube it's a little bit different because, like, you know, when you are creating art, I mean, also in art, I have to grind, but this is really what I want to do. YouTube is not like the most important thing to me. But yeah, with YouTube, it's like the algorithm, you know, and I don't think a lot of people see my videos if I don't really grind, you know. Yeah. But it's the same thing with art. If I don't upload chapters on a regular basis, a lot of people will not see my art. So it's kind of a similar thing. That's just how it is. But this drives me forward to do it. And this is what everybody did. Like, people just keep going, working hard on it. They just got on certain places. So maybe I want to spend more time uploading on YouTube now. Because YouTube felt like something with no reason. Because it is just about me talking. But I just would find it cool to have conversations with people. Like, sometimes I look at other YouTubers' communities, like not the biggest YouTubers, you know, but YouTubers who talk about certain hobbies, a book they read, an anime they consumed, a game they played, and I sometimes look at the the comment section when it's like not the biggest YouTuber out there. The comment section just feels good. It really depends, but there are comment sections out there where I feel comfortable because I feel like everybody genuinely cares about the YouTuber. And I truly think that what you create as a YouTuber makes also what your community is. You know, if you're someone who doesn't has anything important to tell in life, who just creates stuff that you are like, sometimes you look at a certain YouTuber, you just click on a video. It's already what they tell you in a thumbnail, but you still click on it because you want to consume toxicity for some reason. I'm sometimes this person. And you click on a video, and this person just feels like an NPC. You know, this person just feels like someone who's just fucking boring. Someone I don't want to be friends with. And they talk and you just realize, yeah, like, and then you look at the comment section and the comment section just doesn't feel personal. And then there's certain kind of people on YouTube, and those are actually the YouTubers that people talk about. Those are actually the people that people respect, you know, that people really see as creators. I don't know, like PewDiePie is someone that you will remember instantly. Or like Moist Critical, those are people you just remember, you know? They just feel like a real person, you know? And those people are people that have really like different like comment section, you know? And you can look at some comment sections of them and you feel like, yeah, the people that write there in the comment section, they truly care about this YouTuber. They are they they actually really are happy when this YouTuber, they can connect with this YouTuber on a level. And I want to have a comment section like this, um, because I want to connect with the community. I have to tell you, and I want to be honest with you. I mean, every time when I see a comment of someone, um, and it's a comment, and most comments I get are usually really cool comments, at the moment. And I see a comment of someone, I'm always getting happy, and I always want to have a conversation. I mean, if I am getting more viewers, if that should happen, you will know that I can't reply to every comment, of course. And this is also something I would never make myself the task to comment to people. I just comment how I am in the mood. But when I comment to you, it means because I want to, you know? If I don't want comment, then I just don't care. It's not even that the comment is bad, but I just don't feel like I want to comment, This is how I would never be like, oh, I have to comment to people. But yeah, when there are more people, I can't comment on every fucking video, of course, and every fucking comment, to every fucking comment. But yeah, like, what was the problem basically was that I hate this thing, uploading on social media, and then there's only like 15 views, because then I feel like I'm a nobody. I feel like the stuff I create doesn't matter. And that's not even true. It matters to the people who comment, it matters to the people who see it and like who connect with it. It's not a lot. The problem is I just see those numbers, and it's really hard. And even if I know that it connects to strangers, and this is what I wanted to be honest, it's not like I care about my community all the time. Because you have to understand, you are still a bunch of strangers, you are not my friends. And it's not like every day I wake up and I'm like, oh, my community is the most important thing. I have moments where I feel like, yeah, I want to connect with people, but it's obviously not the same as if I would connect with friends or like with a loved one or with my family, So this is like the thing. I had a level where I was like, I don't care about YouTube because I don't care about connecting with a bunch of strangers online that I don't know. But right now, I kind of have the feeling I kind of want to. And I hope that stays that well, like on a healthy level. On a level where I can upload stuff. And I just am happy that there are like-minded people that I can relate with in a way. They're not my friends, but they're like good-hearted people. There's a certain dynamic to YouTube communities that is like nothing else. It's not your friends, but it's still people that you can connect with on some level and that push you. And that's kind of cool. And I don't know, I'm kind of into that, but as you may notice already, I kind of have different cycles in my life where I start to be really into something and then the next day I don't give a fuck about it anymore. But I don't know if this will still, I don't know quite for sure. I don't know, but because I'm training a lot, I'm eating healthy, I'm sleeping enough, and I go out every fucking day, I feel much more based that maybe I will stay on YouTube and this will stay with me and I don't care so much. Because I was more anxious the last 2 weeks. I was not before that. I don't know how to say this, but like 2 weeks before, I was much more anxious about YouTube, and now I feel like it's kind of a cool place to be online too. And yeah, like also what I still wanted to say is the thing that made it hard for me to actually upload something was this whole thing of uploading something and it's just 15 views, and there are a lot of people that make much more uninspiring content than you. Like, I'm not talking about really big YouTubers, even those sometimes, but like also like smaller YouTubers, but they're still bigger than you. and then they upload stuff, and you look at the person, and I don't consume stuff like this a lot because I don't want to waste my time on people I don't like, you know? But you see them and you feel like, this is a not important person. But this person fits so well in the NPC world of our zeitgeist that a lot of NPCs seem to care about this person. And this is why their stuff gets seen. And I'm someone who's kind of like more like, oh, I want to be big, and I'm really crazy person. I say that stuff, and then not a lot of people are watching it, and I feel like this is useless. And I want to be like, I want to create something, and I want it to be big, you know. And I don't want this to be like, oh, I'm just having here my small channel, but nobody gives a fuck about it, or like not a lot of people. Then it gives me a feeling like the stuff I create is kind of like useless. And the thing is with my art is like, I mean, the art, I take much more thought into my art. So I feel different there because I already know that it's a good project because I put so much work into it already. So I don't have those thoughts there. Even though also there are not a lot of people reading it at the moment. But I just know it takes time and a lot of people don't see it. And it's probably the same with my YouTube videos. I think a lot of more people would be into my YouTube videos and would even think like this person kind of stands out from the rest. Because this is what I realized. I had a time, and I think it had something to do with YouTube. I was uploading stuff. Not a lot of people were seeing it. But I felt like I'm someone who is more original. Even when I just talk on a video, I truly think I have more interesting stuff to say than a lot of other small content creators that start on the same level as me, you know? There's a lot of stuff on social media that's just the same. Like 99% of stuff on social media is just garbage. And I feel like I'm truly creating something. I know I don't put the most effort into my videos, but what I have to say is just interesting, you know? And even the way I vocalize myself, the way I talk, just sounds to me like really unique. It sounds to me like someone that actually has to say something, you know, and that stands out from the rest. And I had a time where it was like, nah, this is not true. I just believe that, but everybody could think that, you know? Everybody could think that. But then I was thinking about a lot of stuff, and I don't want to go into much detail. And I just realized, no, I think I am someone that is creating stuff that is not like everybody else's. And I don't think I am like everybody else, you know? And I think I'm kind of standing out from the crowd, but this is the thing. It doesn't show on YouTube at the moment because a lot of people don't watch it. But this thought of just realizing I am a difference, and a lot of people just don't seem to see it because most people don't see my channel right now. That doesn't mean anything. And I know that because there's a big YouTuber. He's big in the YouTuber community. And he said something, he makes really unique videos. Like, there's a lot of stuff on AniTube. I mean, something I totally respect. AniTubers put much more effort into their videos than me, you know? I just talk, you know? But I think even a talking video can have a lot of value because there's something really special about a real person just talking and being uncut. It's a different feeling, and I think it is important to have stuff like this online too, because it is so there's no filter on it, you know. But there a lot of people put a lot of work into their videos, and I always respect people who cut their videos like crazy and they put a lot of effort on it. Okay, that's cool. But the problem is, like, I respect those people because those people put more effort into their videos than me. But something I still like see sometimes, and I'm not the only one saying this, I heard this from other YouTubers too, there are certain kind of videos from people where everything feels like the same and nothing is really inspiring. Like, they put a lot of effort into their videos, but the video is just not really interesting. And there are certain YouTubers that just have a certain kind of style to their videos. Like, you remember them as this kind of YouTuber instantly. You just click on a video and you instantly know this person really has a certain kind of personality to them, like nobody else. And it's just so fun to watch it, you know? And I watch those people. And this one YouTuber said that he didn't had a lot of subscribers at the beginning, or like he had like he was uploading like every week videos, and he had on his videos around 60, 50 clicks, like basically a little bit like my channel now. Nobody was really watching his videos, but he kept going. And then one of his videos went viral, and then he got really fast a lot of views. And the thing is, when you watch all his videos, you will clearly see that his content is really good at first, but it's also really, like, it feels like someone who actually cares about making something entertaining. And there is a certain person behind it, you know, and there is just a certain person that makes those videos. It feels like nobody else can do it like this person, you know? And his videos are really original, I think. They are, nobody makes videos like him. Like, I love, so for example, Super Average Wolf. Like, he has also like a really distinct style to his videos that nobody can do like him. But this is like what I think is really important, that you make videos nobody can do like him. And even if someone just sits in front of the camera and they just talk, if you are an interesting person, and it's not just what you say, it's also like how aware you are of yourself and how you verbalize yourself. The way you talk is also really important, and you get better with that the more videos you do. And the thing is, he makes really original content. And now he's a big channel, around over 1 million subscribers. But he was not popular at the beginning, you know, where other channels would grow much faster, that are not important and original at all. And it just shows me that even if you are a really original person, sometimes you don't are big at the beginning, you know, and we don't see that. We see most people who are really original, who are really smart, who are really creative when they're already big. And then we feel like we are not important. So because of that, I was stuck at that, and I was like, yeah, I'm a nobody on YouTube. I don't like this feeling, because I feel like I have something to offer. But this whole thing, like doing a video and then it's like just 15 views, 10 views on the videos, and then also because I don't put a lot of work into it, just felt like, yeah, there's nothing good about my videos. And there's nothing, like, because, you know, you have to look, because like there's small YouTubers, they do videos, but at least their videos don't stand out in a way that you feel like that you look like a freak. You know, they don't stand out from the crowd, and they get even more clicks than me. So then it's like, yeah, this person does it like everybody else. But in my case, like, the thumbnails I do are like really crazy. The titles I do, I have like not even 1,000. I mean, I think 600 is to me a lot, you know, but I don't even have 1,000. I have sometimes 10 views on a video, and then it writes about like success. It takes time to have success. You know, I make video titles like I am already the next, like I am already the Hokage. This is how, sorry, I drink coffee. It's always a coffee. I make video titles, even though I'm not big, I already make video titles like I am already big. And then I was looking at it and was like, I feel really uncomfortable about this because like people look at it, and I'm pretty sure people looking at it and be like, this person thinks they're something big, but they're not. And because they're small, but they play it out like they would be something big, it looks idiotic. But actually, it's not. It's just from somebody who is trying to make different content, who makes unique content. So it's actually cool, and I think I shouldn't care that it looks idiotic, because at least I'm doing it. I'm trying it. I'm not giving up. That's much more important than actually looking like a freak. I mean, if I would be like saying weird stuff, yeah, okay, but I felt like an idiot. So I will stop doing the videos. I didn't want, and this is like the thing, I only do videos when I want to, you know? And I was like not really interested because I just want to be big and a legend, but to be that, you have to start from the bottom. So yeah, I have more to say, but I'm gonna stop the video for now. And I'm really feeling good. So I hope I'm back. I said this already in the last video. I was like, yeah, I don't know if I really want to do videos, but I think I'm back now. And then I disappeared again. I don't know when was the last video, 7 days ago, a week, 2 weeks ago. Like, I don't know. I'm so fast and everything right now that I actually realized that it's not that long ago since I made a video. But maybe I'm back at the grind. Maybe not. I don't know for sure, but I think my mental health is more stable. And I kind of think I'm back at the grind. So maybe I will do more videos. Like, maybe I will do a video every day again. I don't have this, like, I don't have to do videos every day. I just do videos when I want. But the thing is, why I like to do videos every day is because then I start up to go on a grind, and then I'm like, yeah, I kind of want to feed the algorithm. And yeah, don't get me wrong. Don't think like, oh, she's just doing videos, but there's no purpose. Like, they just become shit because she's doing them too much. She's not focusing on quality. That's not true, because when I get on a grind on YouTube and I feel like, yeah, I kind of have to do more content to be seen, then I get so much motivation that I just want to do a video. That's enough motivation. And I can tell you, I have always something to say. And I actually think there's just something cool in just sitting down and just talking. I think there's genuinely something cool to it. And as I learned, even when you start a video with not having any topic in your mind, the video becomes interesting because I feel like I kind of practice talking, and I just create thoughts and interesting ideas by just starting to talk. Sorry, there was somebody at the door. So where was I? I realized, like, by practicing my talking, by saying out stuff loud, I actually become so aware of what I say that I come up with cool ideas. So there's always something cool in the video. And when I'm fully on the YouTube grind, I'm just fully in. And this is where I feel like this just looks crazy to some people. Because I don't think this is the most effective way how to get big on YouTube, but this comes from someone who doesn't want to be a YouTuber. Like, I want to be famous for my art, but I also kind of want to have a bigger community on YouTube. I want, like, the thing that I don't show my face, the way I do my thumbnails, everything just looks really ass, but I like it. And then I'm like, well, the only thing I can do is upload a lot of stuff. And it sounds idiotic. It looks idiotic, maybe, to some people, but this is like the smartest way I can get more people to see me. And as I say, when I say I get more people to see me, that doesn't mean that the quality, that I don't care. I care about every video I do. And you have to understand, I'm something who likes to grind, and this whole thing of like, oh, I make a video every day, that actually is a cool grind because it gives me like motivation. It makes me feel like I'm actually working on something, and this is what I enjoy, you know? It makes me feel like, yeah, I'm working hard on, and I actually work kind of hard because I put a video out every day. I mean, you could be like, yeah, just make high quality videos, but this is not what I'm want to do. This is just, I don't feel comfortable with that because I have to do videos that don't get me out of the mind when I draw art. And when I cut videos, I get so creatively involved in the cutting process that I don't have a lot of energy for my art anymore, you know? So just talking feels much more fulfilling, much easier. And it gives me a push to become even better in my art, you know? So doing a video every day just feels like I'm getting control over the whole thing that I don't have a lot of use, you know? And this is like the thing, I can get to see more in the algorithm, and that just motivates me more to do videos because yes, I want to have more viewers, and yes, I want to have a good community. It's not just, oh, like, I don't want this shit to be like, yeah, I have like 3 million subscribers, but like the comment section is just ass. I don't want that, you know? I want to have a cool community. That's the most important thing to me. But this is the thing, I want to have a community. And yes, this whole thing with numbers is that it's I like that because I have a different approach with my art. I mean, I want to be seen by a lot of people, but with my art I don't think about numbers. I don't look at numbers I don't look at numbers and be like, I have to reach like 5 million subscribers. No. Like, that's already a number that I don't give a fuck. Like, it doesn't have to be so big, but it just gives me a feeling like, oh yeah, I can grind to a certain level. It feels like I'm grinding to a certain kind of level. And it just feels good to grind. The grinding process and working up to something that feels bigger than it is now just lets me make a video every day. Because I am kind of a grinder, and when I grind hard. You know, I'm not just be like, oh, I care a little bit about it, and I'm gonna do a video every week. No. When I want to get something, I want to get something big, you know? I want to get the best of the best. Otherwise, I don't give a fuck about it. This is just what I am, and yeah, I think those videos when I just start, I mean, sometimes I have a topic, but when I just start talking, are still interesting because I still have something to say, because by saying out stuff loud, I hear myself talking and I just realize certain stuff. I get more self-aware and I just learn new stuff by talking. And so there is always something coming out. And it's not just the numbers, because sometimes people told me like, oh, you shouldn't just think about the numbers. And I was like, dude, you don't understand. It's not that I just think about numbers. It's not like that, but there are certain kind of people who just need this feeling of like, yeah, I reached a certain kind of goal. It's like a certain kind of goal you have, and you're working towards it. And when you see the numbers are rising, then you feel like, yeah, there's actually something working in the process. You know, I put effort into it, and there's something developing. It gets bigger. So there's something getting bigger, and there's a process that you can see, and that's just interesting, and that's actually fun. So this is just something I enjoy doing. I was always like that, you know? But you don't have to be like scared. I'm not the kind of YouTuber who is just, I want to reach 5 million subscribers because then I have a lot of money in my pocket. but I don't give a fuck about my community, or like I don't care if my community has awful comments. No, I care about the good community. Like that's more like this is, I don't mention that because this is already back in my mind, you know? And I think the content I do is already so out of place that I don't think I will get a community that is like unpersonal. I don't think that because I don't do it like everybody else, you know? As I said, I don't put a lot of effort in my videos, but already the way I do my thumbnails is like so, it's standing out from the rest on YouTube. I mean, I don't really put effort into my thumb. I just take a video from Pinterest and put it into my video. But what I wanted to say is that I do those videos and the person I am is already so original. I feel like, I mean, I'm not a crazy entertainer, but I just think like I don't sound like everybody else. That it will grasp a certain kind of viewership. So it will already become something personal. The comment section will become personal. That is already in my mind, you know? And I'm someone who cares. You can see that in my art. The fact that I put so much thought and effort into my art just can show you that I'm somebody who truly cares about what they're doing, you know? But the number game is still important. Not that I feel like better because I don't give a fuck. I will not feel any difference when I have like 1,000 subs. I will not feel better in any way. I know that. But it just is like a goal. You can, you know, it just, how can I explain you that? It's like you did a video and then you see, oh, I have one more subscriber. That just feels good, man. Because you achieved something. You know, it's achievement. And there's nothing wrong with being happy about the achievement. And seeing those little achievements just keeps you getting forward, and it just feels like you are playing a game, you know? And it's just fun to work into something, to do it regularly and just see, oh, it's growing, it's getting bigger. This is just so exciting for people to understand. So I totally get you when you say like, oh, you shouldn't just think about the numbers. I get that, but there is something like you can do that on a healthy level. So you may say, no, yeah, but it doesn't make any sense because you did a video where you were not interested in it anymore because of the numbers. Yeah. But the thing is, if, like, this is not, I never dreamed to be I always wanted to be an artist. So YouTube is a side thing for me. And even if it looks like, oh, you didn't, the numbers made you stop doing it. Yeah, but me stopping doing it doesn't fucking matter because it was not a big dream of me anyways. I'd never stop doing my art. This is what you have to understand. Even if I don't have a lot of reads at the moment, I still keep doing my art. And it's not something stopping for me. It's that YouTube just made me feel like I want to spend more on my art. I don't want to spend time on YouTube because this YouTube thing just feels kind of useless. There is no meaning behind it, and I want to create something meaningful. And creating something and then there's nothing really coming back just feels so shit that I feel like this is a waste of time. I could spend more time into my art and improve in that and create better art and then get in the future a lot out of it from people. That feels much better than wasting your time on YouTube videos that don't even pay off at the moment. This is the reason why I stopped doing it. So yeah. Because I sometimes saw people were saying like, oh, you shouldn't focus on the numbers, blah. And I totally get that, but I just want to tell you, like, when I talk about, like, getting a certain subscriber count, and will not stop talking about it, there's nothing, you can do it in a healthy habit. Like, because I'm not, like, it's, like, I'm not the kind of person who gets on YouTube and is like, I don't have enough subscribers, now I'm sad all day. No, it's because my art is the most important thing and YouTube is a side thing. It's me just looking at the numbers and not seeing improvement, and then I just be like, I'm just focusing on my art, and then I draw the whole day. And I don't give a fuck about YouTube. So this is a totally healthy, normal thing, and there's nothing unhealthy about it. I think there are people who just get fucking depression because they don't grow, because YouTube is the most important thing to them. But this is not the case in my situation. So you don't have to worry about my health. Was always a stable person, and exactly because I am such a healthy, stable person, I can talk about it and I can dive into the grind of like getting more seen by people. But always when I talk about getting more seen by people, I always automatically include the whole thing about having actually interesting people as my community. You know, it's not just having a lot of people. Like, I would be fucking depressed if I would have a big number, but nobody in the comment section would actually say stuff that matters. When I would see everybody just saying, like, I love you, I like your video, and this is the only thing I would see the whole time, it would give me a bigger depression than actually being not seen at all. Because then I know a lot of people watch me, but there is nothing personal. There is nothing, you know, so yeah. I just wanted to say that I'm done with the video now. Yeah. Will I continue doing videos? I don't know for sure. Maybe will be a video, and tomorrow I think again about manga art. But I'm not so quite sure. I think YouTube could make, like, how I feel right now at the moment, but I can't trust this all the time. But maybe I will continue doing YouTube videos. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.